So, hi, first of all. Yeah. It is day 14 on our trip. So I guess day like 14 plus 5, whatever that is, 19. Not sure about that. Don't hold me to it. But anyway, it's the end of the day, and I'm finally not doing something until sunset. So I finally get to take videos. I have 4 videos to catch up on. So this is going to start with 1, which means that it's technically day 15? No, I'm taking it on my phone. That's okay. Yeah, so I'm going to start with day 14. Yeah, if it was 4 days ago, it was probably day 15. So, day 15 was Etosha. Day 2, because I already took Etosha day 1. We saw some really, really awesome stuff day 2, and I am going to tell you about it. So it started off early. We left our campsite at 6:30 to go on a morning game drive. And it started off pretty boring. I slept for quite a bit. We went out and we saw the salt flats, which were pretty cool. Apparently if you picked up a rock and licked it, it tasted like salt. But I'm going to tell you a secret. I tried it and it tasted like dirt. Apparently I just picked the wrong rock because other people tried it and it tasted like salt. But I don't know. But yeah, we went out there, and then somebody, on our way out of the salt flat, somebody told us that there was a lion nearby. And we had been looking for a lion for, the whole day yesterday. So we went and to go see the lion. And he was adorable, first of all. A male lion was just laying under a tree, lazy, as cats are. And yeah, we stayed there for a little bit and took a bunch of pictures. Occasionally, every once in a while, he would roll over, turn around, or stand up. I got a good one of him yawning, so that was cool. Yeah. And then we kept going around. After that, it was one after another, after another, after another, after another. So we saw next, I think we saw about 5, 6, 7-ish, somewhere between 7 and 9 giraffes all together. And I don't mean like all together as in I added the whole day. I mean like they were all in one place. I love giraffes. If you've seen my bedroom, it's got little giraffe statues. So that was awesome for me. And then we continued on and we saw some elephants, a whole herd. We think the ones of us who went on the night game drive last night think that it was the same herd of 10 or 11 elephants with little ones ranging in size. We saw a few ostrich. We saw we saw some cool things in the morning. I'm trying to think what other really awesome thing we saw in the morning, but I think I covered it all. We saw the general things. We saw zebra again because the zebra were really popular there. And that was the morning. Then the afternoon game drive. There were very few people. A lot of people opted out. And we went almost straight to a watering hole. And at the watering hole, the first thing we saw, other than the impala, the springbok, other than the general things, the first thing we saw was basically a pile of lionesses. And that was cool, but we couldn't exactly get pictures of them because they were all lying down. So when one sat up, we got pictures of the head, and etc., etc. And then we turn the other way. Like, we're looking that way, we turn that way, and there is a lioness walking towards us. And behind her, about 50 feet, was a lion walking towards us. So we took lots of pictures of them. Very dramatic, very good pictures, just generally awesome. We sat there. You know, our afternoon game drive, I think, was supposed to be about 3 hours long. Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours. And we sat there and waited and waited and waited. There were a lot of impala hanging around, a few zebra hanging around. Well, the zebra came in later, but there were a lot of impala hanging around. And we watched the lioness walk over, take a drink. I got good drink pictures. And then walk over to the group and just lay down. The lion laid down somewhere off in the distance. We drove around to take pictures of him. We were that close. We were like 20 feet from this lion. So that was super cool. And yeah, so we took pictures of the lion and we watched. And we drove back over to the other side to take more pictures of the lioness. And she got up. And we were, you know, apparently really bloodthirsty, so we were watching closely, hoping that one of those poor impalas would be lunch, dinner. And sure enough, one of the lionesses got up. She started walking after an impala. He was moving pretty quick, but she was just chilling. And then she started trotting, and then she got faster. And I got part of this. I got that part on video. But then she took off, and we took off to follow her. The impala was running, the lioness was running. We were zooming over as fast as we could, and we all just see a cloud of dust go up. Oh, she got him. She got him good. We went down there, and there's the lioness sitting there with her kill. It was just so cool. It was so cool. We were hype. It was wild, and a bunch of people had opted out, so we could move from side to side on the truck. And
hey, Maddie's mom.
It's a video, so you're saying hi to the whole internet. Yeah, so we're sitting there watching her, and we're wondering what's gonna come next. We sat there a good probably 20 minutes, and we had all moved to the one side of the bus. And in comes another lioness. She walks up, followed about, again, 50 feet by the lion. And then, yeah, so the second lioness, took a while. She came up. The first lioness had started eating, which they're not supposed to do before the lion. The lion eats first. So the other lioness comes up and gets in there and starts eating. And they're both eating, and the lion, he notices, and he gets mad. So he takes off. He was limping earlier, but not so much anymore. And he takes off and roars and moves the lionesses out of the way so he can have his share of the meat. So that was just, that part I got on video, and it's wild and exciting, and we were all thrilled, and we had so much energy and adrenaline running. I can't even explain the feeling. Yeah. So, oh, one thing I forgot, we saw some more rhinos. And rhinos in the daylight this time, which were super cool. But that was in the morning game drive. So, after we got back to camp, we had to race back because the gates close at sundown. So we had to race back to camp and get in before sundown, or else we had to pay a fine. So Doc, our fabulous driver, Dr. Tawanda, made it in time. He raced us there, and yeah, that was pretty awesome. So we got back and then rested a bit, ate dinner, and then some of us went up to the watering hole. Because they have watering holes at the camps for you to sit at and watch for animals. So we went up there and there was an elephant and there was a rhino. And we sat and we watched them for a little bit. It was quiet because everyone's silent up there. They know how to do it. And up comes a herd of elephants. One at a time, really. Another elephant and then a bunch of them. And ultimately, we ended up seeing about 20 lion at the same time. Or, sorry, not lion, elephants. 20 elephants at the same time. And one of them, the one that was there first, was clearly not part of the herd. Because I guess he sort of got frisky with one of the ladies. And that male did not like that. So he drove the other one off. And it was awesome. Elephant noise and awe. Like, the elephant trumpet happened. It was awesome. It was very cool. Yeah. So we sat there a bit longer. We saw a bunch of the elephants come through. We saw 2 more rhino came up. We think they were white rhino because they were together, but we don't know for sure. But yeah, it was awesome. And we were just sitting there in silence. It was a lot of fun. So that was that day, because then we went to bed. But yeah, that was awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. It's 6 o'clock here. I'm going to end this video and take the next one, and I'll tell you about tomorrow. See ya.